Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Larry the Batman fan here. Hope that y'all are doing well today. God bless you all. Today I'm going to be talking again about DK Oldies. A lot of people have talked about DK Oldies in the past, especially Review Tech USA, claiming that they do not refurbish their product and apparently has shown the audience that they don't refurbish their products. They don't clean out the systems and things like that. Well, you know, to be honest with y'all, I haven't had that issue with DK Oldies personally. Everything that I've gotten from DK Oldies has worked fine. And the only systems that I bought off of them was the Atari 2600 and the NES. I needed another NES because the NESs I've had in the past they just bite the dust. You're better off with the that Retron 5 machine or the Classic 2 machine. Those replicas of the systems that can play NES, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis cartridges. Makes it a lot easier, and they actually do play. Whereas the actual system itself has some issues. So, excuse me. In my personal opinion, I have not had any problems with any consoles not working. I've checked inside of the systems. I haven't seen anything really dirty. So, I guess DK Oldies just got a bad rep when they first started. Because for me personally, I have not had those issues. Same thing with the cartridges and stuff. You buy cosmetically flawed, they might have a small rip on the top of the label, or there might be a small tear on it where it's cosmetically flawed. It's cheaper usually than the good cartridge. Makes sense. The refurbishing process that they put these systems through to repair them, I understand charging a little bit more to the customer because of that reason. However, I don't excuse me, I don't agree with everything. For instance, I saw a PS2 on their site. They want $200 for the slim model PS2. That makes no sense. I mean, I get that they refurbished the thing, but when that system is going for 100 to 130 bucks, that's a bullshit fucking ripoff. It is. It really is a ripoff. Um, I don't understand charging like maybe extra 30 bucks, like 160, because of the refurbishing process that they put it through. But $200, no. Because it comes with no games, it comes with no memory card. It's just a system with the controller, one controller, mind you, not two, and the cords. I would charge a better deal. I got a friend, Zack Attack Studios. His real name's Zachary. I'm not going to say where he lives. That would be wrong. But his name's Zachary, and Zachary is going to be getting a PS2 off of me. I'm not going to charge him the prices that DK Oldies would charge. I'm selling my PS2, not my personal PS2, but another PS2 that I'm getting. I'm going to sell it to him with 4 or 5 games, the controllers, 2 controllers, that is, a memory card, and the console itself with the cords for like 160, you know. Although there is going to be a $25 shipping fee included. I need to have the shipping fees because otherwise I'm not going to, like, if I send it out in the post office, I will have to pay for it myself and I will get no reimbursement for it. So I can't do that. I need to have the shipping fee included. And shipping fees at the post office, the lowest I can really do is $7.50. But when it comes to a console and a bunch of games, the the shipping fee's got to be higher than $7.50. Give me a second. This December weather in general is making my nostrils go crazy. So, when it comes to DK Oldies prices, I can kind of see through the problems. The reason why people get mad is because some of the prices on the consoles are ridiculous. Like, who the hell is going to pay $200 for a PS2? Who the hell is going to pay like $300 for an NES bundle that comes with Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt Kart, Super Mario Bros. 2, and Super Mario Bros. 3? Comes with that. Comes with 2 controllers, the system, and the cords. I could get that at a thrift store if I could find one at a thrift store. I could get all 3 of those games, the NES console with the Nintendo Zapper, and all the cords and 2 controllers for probably about $150, and then still have money to buy Kirby's Adventure, Excite Bike, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, and a copy of Metroid, and probably one of those cheap games like Wizards and Warriors 2, or say Double Dragon, or Double Dragon 2, or maybe Blaster Master, just to name a few other good, or Metal Mech, just to name a few other good NES games for $10 or less, and spend about almost the same price that they would charge $300 for an NES console with those 3 games and the cords and the controllers. So you kind of gotta know how to shop around and see, is DK Oldies really a scam or not? I personally don't think so, because everything I've ever gotten from them or ordered from them has come fast shipping, like 3 days it took to get to where I live, which is awesome, and everything it was in working condition. Whereas on eBay I bought and shit from people and they sold me scratched up stuff. Like, for instance, Need for Speed Carbon for PS2. When I bought that game, it was heavily scratched up and it would not play in my PS2. Now, I didn't keep that game. I threw it in the garbage, but still. That's one example. Here's another example. This was an eBay purchase. American Chopper for PS2. I remember when this TV show came out, I was like 12 or 13 years old. It was a good show. Apparently, they decided to make this into a video game. In fact, they made a sequel. They made American Chopper 2 for PS2. I have that. I didn't have the first one. But if you look at this disc, don't know if you can see that in this lighting, but that disc is really scratched up. And when I popped it in my PS2, it read the disc and it booted up for about 15 seconds, and then it just stayed put at the logo that said Activision, copyright, trademark, 2004, yada yada, blah 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 blah. And I'm sitting there like this for like 5 minutes and it's not moving. So then I had to turn it off and reboot it, and it got back to the same spot, and then it didn't work. So this, I'm going to have to message the seller and tell them that it doesn't work and I want my money back. I spent $1.13 on this game, but there was shipping, about $5 shipping, so the guy owes me $6.50 for this. The disc does not work. That's just another example. I've had a couple of PSP games come in where the top of it's broken. That's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be intact. You know, even if it doesn't have the case, it should still be intact. If it's falling apart, I'm not too pleased with that. But that's the kind of stuff I've had to deal with eBay sellers, and it's ridiculous. They're not all like Matthew was. Yeah, Gimpy Ninja Gaming was definitely the best one that I came across. The one that was most fair, gave me good deals, and none of the stuff that I bought from him was broken. And Hub Chew, he did a good job too. It's a shame that Hub Chew doesn't want to talk to me. I don't know what his problem is. I'm not pissed off with him. Why is he pissed off with me? Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, those two are probably the best that I came across because all the other sellers, it just seems like it's a crapshoot if the game's going to work or not. They should work, but they don't always work. But with DK Oldies, everything that I bought has worked fine, without a problem. So really, my only complaint with DK Oldies really is why they have to charge so much for the consoles. It makes no sense. I get that they refurbish these things, but they should not be charging that much for a console. There are a few games that I see that they charge a lot of money for, like SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. I think they want like $80 for that or $89 for that. Why? Why do they want $89 for that game? SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, yeah, it's a good wrestling game, but I don't understand charging that much. I had a copy of that game at one point for, I mean, I didn't pay for it, it was given to me, but the game years ago, like in 2012, 2013, that game was only going for about $10. So what happened there? Did it fluctuate in rarity? I doubt it. I never heard of a wrestling game getting extremely rare and cost that much money. I think that's kind of ridiculous that DK Oldies is charging that much for that game because it makes no damn sense. So, in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or Pro Skater 4 and the Underground series should not be $35, DK Oldies. They sell on eBay for around 10 to 15 bucks. And that is one of the few sports games on PS2 and Xbox and GameCube. Well, I understand the GameCube version being more. But if we buy it on PS2 or original Xbox, it's only a $10 to $15 game for each one of them. So how does that make any sense charging $35 for a copy of that? It's bullshit. It really is bullshit. Come on, DK Oldies, use your brains. Come on, Joey. Come on, Marty. Come on, everybody that's in that crew. Hunter and that other dude. Use your brains. That's too much money. Now I did see one other thing that I noticed in the videos. Joey was talking to that new kid who's probably in his 20s. He's younger than me. And he was saying, so what's going on here? He said, oh, well, I'm just getting together this guy's order. Okay, and what did he do? He ordered 8 different consoles, and he ordered a bunch of games. Oh, okay, sounds awesome. So are you going to put that all in one box? He said, well, with everything that this guy's got from us, we're going to probably have to put it into 2 boxes. Joey said, oh, okay, that's cool. Joey was kind of being a commentator at the moment. He knows, I know that he knows what's going on and how this whole shipping thing works when they ship it out the door to the person that bought all this stuff. He already knows. But for the video's sake, he was trying to act like a dummy. So, yeah, he was like, oh, sounds great. So you're going to put it into 2 boxes? Yeah, probably. We can't fit it all in 1 box. Oh, okay, great. Alright, well, I'm going to go pick out some games for this order. And he goes out there. He picks out an N64 game because the guy ordered an N64, a Nintendo GameCube, an NES, Sega Genesis, a Sega Master System, a Sega Dreamcast, I believe, a PS1, a PS2, and a PS3. ordered like 8 different consoles and probably about 20 to 30 games for between all of those consoles, which is pretty awesome. So the guy no doubt spent about $2,000 on all of this stuff, maybe 1,500. I'm not 100% certain on what he spent, but I have a good estimate of what he spent. He spent $15 to $2,000. So Joey goes out there, he picks out God of War on PS2 and Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2 for the N64. And they said, okay, we got these two games going, bring it back to the table. And then he talks to the kid and says, alright, we're going to add these to the order for free. They said, okay, sounds good. That isn't good enough, Joey. Come on. If the guy had ordered 8 consoles for me, and he ordered some games, right? Sega Master System, let's say he ordered Monopoly, Phantasy Star 1, and Sonic the Hedgehog. NES, he ordered Double Dragon 1 and 2. Super Mario Bros. 1 and 2 and 3 comes with the bundle. He ordered the Zapper gun to go with it, and an extra controller, so 2 controllers. All the cords come with it. The controller comes with 1 controller, so the extra controller is $10. And then he ordered Ice Climber, Load Runner, Stinger, Star Force, Excite Bike, and let's say Mega Man or Kirby's Adventure, something like that. Ordered about 10 NES games, 3 Sega Master System games, plus the consoles themselves. Then for the PlayStation 3, ordered Uncharted 1, 2, 3, Ratchet and Clank, Tools of Destruction, Resistance 1, 2, and 3, Crisis 2, and Bioshock 1 and 2, and say Infamous 1 and 2, and Batman Arkham City. Let's say you ordered about 10 games for the PS3. Oh, and MotorStorm. We'll throw that one in there just in case I didn't get 10 in there. MotorStorm as well. And Infamous. And then for the PS2, he ordered a PS2 with the console and the cords and 2 controllers and a memory card. And then he ordered God of War 1 and 2 and Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and Time Splitters and Max Payne. And then for the PS1, he ordered a PS1 with all the cords and a controller, 1 controller. He didn't have enough money for the second one. A memory card for that. Spyro the Dragon, Spyro 2 and Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon. Spyro 2 being Ripto's Rage, sorry. And Crash Bandicoot. And also Tomb Raider. And then he ordered on the Sega Genesis console, which comes with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic the Hedgehog 1. I would do that. I would put 2 in the bundle. But he didn't stop there. He ordered Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Sonic Spinball, Sonic and Knuckles, and Sonic 3D Blast, Tinhead, Vector Man 1 and 2, and Kid Chameleon, and Mortal Kombat. So he ordered about 8 games there. For the Dreamcast, he ordered a Dreamcast, and our inventory did not have a whole lot of Dreamcast games because they're hard to get. So he just ordered Marvel vs. Capcom and Sonic Adventure. And then, I guess that's it, right? Maybe he ordered a few games for no particular console, he already had the console, but he ordered a couple of Super Nintendo games, we'll say. Like ActRaiser, Castlevania 4, Super Mario RPG, Super Mario World, and Super Mario Kart. Pac-Man 2. I know the game sucks, but sometimes people want at least one game that sucks in their collection. And then we'll say Donkey Kong Country and like a $10 game like NBA Jam, or Street Fighter 2. Since that game's about 10 to 15 bucks. And then maybe Smart Ball or something, or Jurassic Park. And I only give them 2 games. Wow. Are you going to want to do business with me again? No. Basically gave them $30 worth of stuff. Come on. I mean, cheap ass Joey. If it had been me, I would have thrown in Army Men Sergeant Heroes 1 and 2. If I had already put God of War in there, which I pretty much did, I wouldn't put God of War in there again because that wouldn't be fair. I'd throw in another PS2 game. It'd be, we'll say, Shadow of the Colossus. Alright? And I wouldn't stop there. I would also throw in another PS3 game. I put one of the best ones in there. Heavy Rain. Okay, we'll put Heavy Rain in there. That's a good game on the PS3. Throw that in for free. So the customer would be getting Army Men Sergeant Heroes 1 and 2, Time Splitters 2, Heavy Rain, and I wouldn't stop there. I'd throw in another game as well for free. For Sega Genesis, I'd probably throw in Streets of Rage 2. I'd throw that in. That's good business right there. Good business module. I threw in 5 games. 5 games for free. Not 1 or 2. So I might have given about $75 worth of stuff there, or 50 bucks worth of stuff. But the customer feels welcomed. And the customer feels like they didn't get ripped off. So that customer ends up coming back to me and buying more stuff from me. And isn't ripped off from, any of the bullshit business practices. So that's what you should do, Joey. If someone orders 8 consoles, throw in 5 or 6 games, not just 2. Come on, make them feel like it's worth their time. If you do that, more people will buy shit from you. And they won't feel that you, Hunter, Marty, and all those other people that work for the company, all those women and men that work for the company are not being ripped off. It makes common sense. Oh, and still, I never got my copy of Road Rash. What the hell's going on with that, man? Why can't y'all motherfuckers just send that copy to me? What's the big fucking deal? I don't understand it. Makes no sense. Still waiting on a copy of that for Sega Genesis, but nothing's been resolved from that either. So that's another problem, is that they didn't resolve the issue of that. I asked them to on not Facebook, Instagram, but they haven't. But for the majority of things, I think DK Oldies is alright, except the prices on the consoles, that could be changed. And when their order gets picked to be filmed, if it's a large order like that, you need to throw in more games. Or throw in an extra plushie. If you don't want to throw in too many games, like you throw in 2 or 3 games, fine. But throw in a plushie as well, or a t-shirt from DK Oldies. Make it worth the person's time. Make them feel like they're getting a good deal by spending $2,000, Joey. Come on, man. It's your duty to make sure that they get a good deal. Because if they don't get a good deal, then they're going to say, screw DK Oldies. I'm going to eBay. I'm going to Amazon. I'm going to GameStop. Or I'm going to Game Exchange. Because I know Game Exchange is pretty much around the world. They're the only game store that's like around the world. Except for GameStop, of course. All these other retro game stores might only have 1 or 2 places. They're not universally known. So, people are going to stop buying stuff from your online service and go to other places. But if you want to keep good rapport and keep people coming back to your online store and buying video games, consoles, and other stuff, you got to do better, Joey. You got to do better. And I know that they improved with some things, like making sure that their systems work properly, that they're tested, that they're thoroughly cleaned out, because they've had a lot of people get mad about that. And that is a problem. And that they actually did take care of putting games in sleeves before shipping them out, because before they weren't. And then the cover arts were getting destroyed. And they're putting sleeves on handhelds like the DS, 3DS, and the PSP, because they know that those screens get scratched, and when people get them, they see it. It's like, this is what I paid $200 for with a couple of games. with scratched up screens. Like, that's ridiculous. Well, they fixed that, so that's good. But when it comes to the person's order being filmed, you need to do better, Joey. You need to do better. And with the game prices, I don't think they're terrible, but I do think that the console prices need to be better. So that's ultimately what I have to say about DK Oldies. I know I'm probably the only one talking about it right now here on YouTube. There's others that have talked about it, but they talked about it like a year ago or a year and a half ago. Nothing relevant or nothing new. So I'm like the only one that I think that's talking about this. So those are my thoughts on the whole DK Oldies situation. Hope you guys enjoyed my little rant here. And God bless you all, and stay tuned for more gaming videos. They're coming. I got another pickups video planned very soon. I'm just waiting for those games to get here, and we'll unbox the thing, and then I'll shoot the video. God bless you all. Take care. Peace.